It looked like a pretty good slider that you hit after you got behind on the plate for the go-ahead double, and also just how about Rue, especially after the first inning, how he kept you guys in the game, and was it pretty typical of him in those innings?
So you want me to go over the at-bat first? Okay. He got ahead early, Corbin. Got to see the slider first pitch. He threw a really good one. Got down 0-1. I don't even remember what the second pitch was, but I know I got down 0-2. And then I just remembered in the back of my mind we had a meeting, when we went over Corbin, and with 2 strikes, guys in scoring positions, he doesn't really throw many strikes. He's going to try and make you chase a little bit. And I got to see kind of, where the ball the ball slider started. And the more pitches I saw, the more I felt comfortable, and had some pretty easy takes, got back in the count, and then he just left a breaking ball a little bit up, and didn't try to do too much, and put a nice swing on it and scored some runs. And Rue, Soto hit a mistake. Rue doesn't really make too many, doesn't really throw too many pitches away from where he's trying to throw it. That was a fastball supposed to be in, pulled it across a little bit, and Soto didn't miss it. He's red hot up there across the zone. But for the rest of the game, he just kept throwing strikes. Didn't necessarily have his best stuff, best command, but he throws strikes, keeps guys on their heels. He can, mix speeds and mix locations. And our defense made some nice plays, and he kept us in the game.
That great?
This is for both of you. Just the idea of a 7-run sixth inning like that, and to be able to take control of the game, but also in what Russell was saying with Corbin, what's the key to kind of waiting him out, and because he's not going to throw a whole lot of strikes?
Yeah, I thought we did a great job, and it started with Belly. He hasn't had much success in the first 2 games, and he's in there grinding, trying to get locked in, and he wants to be that MVP guy for us that he's been all year, and that at bat kind of unlocked him. He got down 0-2 and then took some tough pitches, got the 3-2 count, fouled off a couple more tough pitches, and found a way to get on there. And it just seemed like that kind of got the ball rolling. And the whole inning, 2 strike hits. I think every guy was down 0-2 at one point that came through and got hit. So just the grind of the ABs that inning was really nice to see, and I thought we took really good at bats from that point on the rest of the game.
On the left here.
Hey Russ, it's been 10 years since you were last in a Dodger uniform in the postseason. I mean, what does this mean to you to be able to come through in this kind of a spot?
Anytime you're in the postseason is great. The energy, everything's magnified. It's just 10 years flies by. But it's just nice. It's a good feeling. We got a good group. And, I don't know what else to say except we're having fun.
Back to the right.
Russell, how did you and Ryu develop the chemistry that you have? What were some of the things that you voiced to him when you first started working with him about what he should do? And have you ever worked with a pitcher that kind of reminds him of him, or you of him?
The thing about Rue is he's really well prepared. He studies the hitters, and before every single start that he has, he knows exactly how he wants to attack guys. He knows what he wants to do first pitch. He knows if he falls behind what he wants to do, and he's really good at staying away from the middle part of the plate, and that's what he does. He doesn't shy away. Doesn't really walk many guys, and today he didn't really necessarily have his best stuff, but normally he's always making close pitches, just working off the edges, and just making hitters fight for every single pitch, and that's really what makes him who he is. And he puts the changeup on both sides of the plate when he wants to. He can cut down and away, up and in, so he's making you fight on pitches going different directions in different zones, and it's really hard to cover. If you're trying to cover up and in and down and away with different pitches, it makes your job really, really hard at the plate, and that's really what he does.
Back right.
Justin, can you talk a little bit about just the fact that you guys are facing Scherzer tomorrow, and their season's on the line, and what it would mean for you guys to wrap this thing up on the road?
Obviously, we know we got our hands full with him, one of their 3 horses, and we'll enjoy this one tonight, and then show up tomorrow and game plan, and try to make him work for every single out he gets tomorrow night, just like we've done all year long. And we show up with the mentality that we want to win one game that day, every single day. That's how we've gone about it all year long. And, it's easy to talk about that. I've been on teams that talk about that. It's hard to actually do it. And this team's really good about showing up and putting it all on the line and figuring out how to win one game at a time. And that's how we'll go about it tomorrow.
Dylan on the left.
Russ, the last time you homered for the Dodgers in a postseason game, Manny homered in that game and Loney also homered in that game.
Chicago.
Yeah, just wondering how different, again, when it comes to like nerves and stuff and you taking the field, how different are you now than you were the kid back then?
Such a long time ago. A lot of foul tips ago. I don't know if I can remember. I'm definitely calmer now. I've always been an intense, baseball player and just person in general. But I think now I just know how to take a deep breath. I've had a lot of yoga classes in between those games and now.
And then when you got to 2 strikes there in that 6th inning, what was kind of your mindset there? And for Justin, did you kind of feel that was kind of the opening of the floodgates there? I know it's just kind of as his offense. Obviously, it's been kind of tough here the first 2 games.
After I got down with 2 strikes, I don't know. It wasn't a good feeling. You know what I mean? Like, who likes being down 0-2? Nobody. And I just, pitch by pitch, just kept fighting. Was able to lay off some tough pitches, and I felt like every pitch, the more I got deep into the at bat, the better I felt, and he just, left a slider that was just, it's not working away from me. He's a lefty, so it's working its way into me, and I just kept my hands in and just lifted it and found an alley.
Arash in the back.
Justin, in the back here. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it started with Bellinger and the good at bat, and then Freeser goes up and shoots the 4-hole, hits through the shift, and we get first and third. Belly does a great job around the bases, getting to third base, and then Russ comes up and, like you said, gets down 0-2 and takes the big swing, and that kind of just, I felt like it took a lot of pressure off of guys, and then it was just quality at bat after quality at bat after that, and next thing we know, there's 7 runs on the board. So, offense is definitely contagious, and I think we all caught it that inning.
We know what Corbin's all about, and we just bear down and got some hits to sneak through and get by some guys and got it rolling. I think I don't even remember know where the pitch was. I know it was in. I'm just trying to find a miss. Maybe it was a pitch I probably should have took, not swung at, but if he misses, I probably hit it better. But with that hole, it snuck through. I don't know. I'm not that terrible during the regular season. I've been around long enough to be decent. But no, you get a chance. You get a lot of chances. Over 200 at-bats in the postseason. Hopefully you come through sometimes, but man, it's just fun to be a part of it and help. Yeah, we never doubt ourselves. You can't doubt yourselves against a team like the Nationals. They're certainly not doubting themselves, and hopefully we come out tomorrow and get it done. But tonight was good to come into this house and kind of start off slow, but get it going.
I was feeling really good at the end of the year and trying to slowly get back there. Felt really good today, and mainly all my at bats. So take that into tomorrow and keep grinding. 2 days ago at home, I could have easily had 2 knocks, and that's how it goes. It's definitely nice for one to fall, but keep grinding. That's the name of the game. I just had to get on base right there, knowing the people we had coming up behind me. We did a great job. Freese is unbelievable off the bench. He's unbelievable when he plays. So like I said, just try to get on base and get the momentum going. Yeah, we've been doing it all year. 9th inning, 6th inning, 7th inning. We're not going to stop grinding. I think it's probably been really good this year.
Russ Martin 10 years ago was in the postseason with the Dodgers, and since he's been in the postseason with the Yankees and the Pirates and the Blue Jays, and now back here again, doing it again. The fact that you have somebody with that kind of experience who's been through all of this provides what kind of value?
That's hard to put into words. What he's done for our entire group, namely the young catchers, just an entire group of ball players, his insight, his experience, and now you talk about when he does get an opportunity to play, just his toughness, his compete, and obviously the at-bat quality. And this is a guy that has, in big spots, he's got some big hits for us this year, and none bigger than the one tonight. But a lot of that is experience. And so just for him to, be an extension of me, the coaching staff, and the other veterans is a big reason where we're at, why we're here.
Back left.
The 7-run 6th inning, all of the runs, all the run-scoring hits were with 2 strikes, all the runs after 2 outs. What was it about the approach against Corbin that allowed that to happen?
Yeah, I mean, even the double by Russell was down below is a good pitch. But you got on first base, 2 outs, you got Corbin on the mound, and Freese takes the ball the other way and beats a shift. And from that point on, it just seemed like our guys were just locking in and trying to compete and keep the line moving and get a good pitch, get them up. And, you look at obviously the Russell at bat. CT took a great at bat, and Kike did the same thing. So then obviously you finish that inning off with a JT homer. But, you don't plan for 7-run innings. But, after the first 5 tonight, and to see us kind of get back to what we do best was really good to see.
Stay to the left here.
Okay. How much do you think Cody's at bat that inning kind of sparked? I mean, obviously the Martin hit was huge, but his at bat to be able to kind of work the count and start it out, how big was that?
It was good. It was great, because I think that even obviously they had a perfect runway if they're going to deploy Corbin tonight, and that's where they wanted to use him. But for Cody to take that at bat, and sometimes you see a lefty and it gets you back, and so for him to take that at bat, line a base hit, and you saw throughout the night he took some really good swings. But certainly to get Corbin in there and to see Cody take that at bat to get a leadoff guy on base, I thought energized us a little bit.
Back left.
You mentioned before the game that you had constructed the lineup knowing that you were going to see Corbin at some point. How did that play out in that 6th inning with your 3 pinch hitters?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it worked out really well. Obviously, with when you go to Corbin at some point, which we were, planning on, to have certain guys that you might hit for. I love the matchups to combat Corbin, and so I thought he made some good pitches, and fortunately, we spoiled some good pitches and took some really good at bats, but. It's just a complete buy-in from our guys that, you might not start the game, but you certainly have an opportunity later on in the game to impact it. And, it was evident with Freezer, Kike, CT, all those guys impacted that game coming off the bench.